And I loved working with him. I really did. Bret Hart wrote in his book that the best tag match he ever had was with the Killer Bees, and I believe it was during a Saturday night main event match in Los Angeles, California. And we had matches that simply weren't televised. They weren't recorded. Vince didn't record all the matches like he does now, all the house shows, and which he still doesn't do all the house shows. I believe most of them. But because you never know what you're going to get. You know, if something might happen that you could never catch if you weren't filming that night. So it might be a one-camera shoot. But we had matches, guys that, I mean, were so good. The only matches, those for my own self, as a single wrestler with ones I had with Paul Orndorff. But again, same situation. We had matches that were so off the chart. People were standing, and I'm a humble guy. I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you that Paul Orndorff was the greatest heel in the business. And we could have matches, and we got to have matches where 1 minute after the match started, people that never sat down until it was over. And it was like that with the Hart Foundation on many occasions. I mean, they were awesome. And I'll be honest with you, you know, they got heat because that's what they're supposed to do as heels. But the Sheik and Volkov had more. They worked and wrestled to get their heat, and you know, they weren't the greatest on promo guys, you know. But the Sheik and Volkov, they had more heat than you could possibly imagine, and they were just so freaking hard to work with that it hurts you as a babyface, because once they get that heat on you and it's time for that hot tag, and you got somebody that's not going to take a bump for you, or somebody that's going to take a bump in 5 stages, you know, first a knee, then an elbow, then a side, then a roll. I mean, that doesn't work, you know, it doesn't get it. And when you got to pick somebody up and literally forcefully pick them up, it just kills the match. And, you know, I remember lots of matches, you know, tag team matches that were just so good. One with Valentine and Beefcake, and the timekeeper had saw the match a week before in the Meadowlands. We were in Madison Square Garden, but in the Meadowlands we had a 20-minute draw, but 15-minute draw, 20-minute draw, whatever it was. And then we went, his name's Professor Elliott, you may know him. And then we went into Madison Square Gardens, and we're having, all of a sudden, I mean, the people are so, there's so much heat in the building. Brunzee hits me with that hot tag, and I jump out, and all of a sudden Elliott rings the bell and says 20 minutes on, and I could have killed him that night because it was a no-time limit match. But there's all kinds of happenings and things that happen that the fans don't really know until you tell them about it. But, you know, God bless each and every one of them for being there and for loving the sport that made me a living and allows me to do the things that I do today. And that's why I give back so